All right, it's Wednesday night. It's refuge night. Let's go check it out. Well, guess I better sign in. Nobody does that. But at least we have lots of events coming up. I'll go play some games. Y'all, I just legit hit Pastor Allen's window. He's not gonna like that. I could play Smash, but the other guy would just be standing there waiting to get hit. Be a lot like playing against Shan. So obviously we are not eating, right? There's nobody here. As you know, coronavirus is spread around the world, and we're in a quarantine phase where we're trying to slow down and stop the spread. So Oakwood as a church has decided to comply with those in authority around us and serve our community by not meeting for the time being. We're going to keep you posted. Refuge is going to do the same thing, not meet, but every Wednesday at 7, we're going to post videos like this so we can keep some form of connectivity. Now, as far as the virus, I hope you guys aren't scared. I hope you're not worried. Things are different, but they're going to be okay. You'll be okay. Statistically, at your age, you're fine. It's just older guys that have to worry. At the same time, you should not be careless, right? We're following these procedures and protocols to serve those in our community who are vulnerable, those who are elderly and have other conditions. Please, please, please don't be careless like somebody I know. Yeah, don't do that, all right? She is cute, though, you have to admit. Okay, are you guys ready to talk about something other than coronavirus? So we were in a series on dating, and this would have been the final week, and I still want to go forward and finish this series. I know you're stuck at home. You're probably thinking you'll never go on another date. But I'm telling you, this will pass. We'll get through this. And when you get out of isolation, spring will be in the air, love will be in the air, and dating will be right back on your mind. So if you remember in the series, week 1, we talked about at this time in your life, at your age, it is more important for you to focus on being the right person than finding the right person. You have plenty of time to find the right person, somebody suitable for you as a life mate. Right now, though, you need to be investing in yourself spiritually, educationally, as far as your future, so you can be the right person when you do find that special someone for you. Number 2, we talked about you don't want to make anybody your everything. There's so much to do. I know, again, you feel like your wings have been clipped a little bit in this season. There can be some good stuff in that. But again, this will pass. And there's so many things you want to do in high school, with friends. Don't make anybody your everything. And then last week, if you were here, we said you owe it to yourself to be honest with yourself, right? We can deceive ourselves so quickly in a relationship. Everybody else looking in sees how foolish we're being, but we don't want to see it. So you owe it to yourself to be honest with yourself. And this week, we're going to talk about how you don't want to date in the dark. Now, obviously, I don't mean dating in the dark like this, though it's probably not a good idea, and this is where people usually do a lot of stupid things they regret. Gentlemen, by the way, you're home alone, a lot of time on your hands. Be careful, be wise, okay? Don't hide in the dark. Okay, so what do I mean? I mean, don't date in the dark, as in don't keep everybody else in the dark about your dating life. Now I get it. This is an area you may be uncomfortable sharing about. You might be afraid those close to you, your friends, your parents may disapprove. But their input, whether positive or negative, might actually be a good thing. Check this out. So we've been looking at the Proverbs in the Old Testament, and Solomon, the Bible says, the wisest guy who ever walked the earth, he said this in Proverbs 11:14. For lack of guidance, a nation falls, but victory is won through many advisors. And you might be thinking, hey, I'm not leading a nation, but it's true at that level as it is the level of your daily life. You only know what you know. Your perspective is limited by your perspective. It's the same thing is true of me. So the Bible says, wisdom is found in a multitude of counselors. And so you need to make sure you're letting people you know, you trust, and who you trust love you, speak into your life, speak into your relationship, speak into the boyfriend you hope to have, the boyfriend or girlfriend you do have. You want those voices. If you go off on your own thinking you know it all, I guarantee you will end up with mistakes and regret. So what do? Quite simply, think about people you know, whether your parents, your friends, your life group leaders, that you trust to be objective. To be objective means they will tell you the truth, whether they hurt your feelings or not, whether they tell you what you like to hear or not, they will tell you the truth. They'll be objective about it. Additionally, I would suggest finding someone older than you. They've typically been where you're at. They see it from a different perspective. They might give you a little clarity and perspective you don't have right now. And the third thing you simply have to do is reach out. Find that person and tell them, hey, I'm either dating, I'm interested in dating, I'm about to enter the dating game, and I could use some wisdom and some perspective. And you might be thinking, I'm not even close to dating. You will be. And so you can get a head start right now by reaching out. Wisdom is found in a multitude of counselors. And as Solomon said, for lack of guidance, for lack of wisdom, lack of perspective, lack of input from objective sources that will tell you the truth, a nation falls. And think about the destruction of nations throughout the world. But victory, a good day, a good result is won through many trusted advisors. The last point I want to make on this is we're seeing this happen on a global scale right now. Nobody has this whole virus thing figured out. No nation knows the best way to handle it. And they're all now working together, medical experts, government leaders, to figure out the best way to progress through this thing. Take advice from that and use that wisdom in your own life. To that end, I want you to know how we're going to proceed in the near future until things go back to normal. Every Wednesday, we'll post a video at 7 p.m. Now, this week, what I'd like you to do is simply watch it, share it with your friends, comment on it so we can kind of feel a little community around this thing. But then I'd like you to also do this. This finishes our dating series, but I was going to do a panel with all the leaders and answer your questions. We can still kind of do that. This is what I want you to do. I want you to either message me, message Ashley, message your life group leaders, and submit questions. Then, next week, the video will be your different life group leaders in their own settings, doing something goofy, I'm sure, but also answering your questions. Then, on top of that, we're setting up this week Google Hangouts for each life group. So after the video is posted at 7, you'll watch it as a life group, and then from 7 to 8 p.m., you and your life group will talk about the lesson and anything else going on in your lives through Google Hangouts. We'll be sending instructions to you, your life group leaders, to get all that set up this week, so by next Wednesday, we're ready to roll. Guys, I hope you're doing well. Hope school's doing well. You made the transition. I hope you're being nice to your family while you're stuck at home. Just know I miss you. I can't wait till we're back all together again. In the meantime, I'm praying for you. I love you, and I'm here if you need me. All right, bye.
Got him.